Captain America Brave New Worlds spoiler review. First intro, and then let's get into it.
Have we started the fire?
Yes, the fire rises.
Welcome back to the Nuclear Reactor Reactors, the reaction channel where all the reactions go nuclear. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and share, and help me get into the algorithm. So, I just got back in from watching Captain America Brave New World, and I gotta say, I was far more than pleasantly surprised. I absolutely loved it. It's in my top 10, maybe top 7 Marvel movies of all time. It took me back to what I really loved about Marvel. It was a movie along the lines of Captain America Winter Soldier. It was kind of espionage type. You had to figure out what was going on, do a little detective work. The action was great, but the well thought out story was pleasantly surprising. I mean, you gotta know, like, I haven't liked a Marvel movie or even enjoyed a Marvel movie since Black Widow. I thought Black Widow was pretty good. It wasn't great, but I thought it was good and I enjoyed it. I loved Eternals, and I know that movie got panned, but I loved all the symbolism in it. But this movie ties in to the Eternals, or the Eternals ties into this movie. This movie reached all the way back to the first MCU movie, the Incredible Hulk, and then it reached a little closer to near future of the Eternals. It brought back the leader. So what happened in this movie was, this is spoiler, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it, then come back, and then we can vibe over this movie because it was so damn good. Well, anyway, Ross from Sergeant Ross from the first Incredible Hulk movie is now the president in this movie. Obviously, the original actor that played Ross, he passed away, so Harrison Ford is now playing him, minus the beard. They even explained the beard being gone. They explained a lot of things leading up to this, because they know the audience is going to want to know, where the hell these guys been all of this time? Where have they been at all of this time? So they did a good job of explaining it. You have to touch on it, even if it's kind of zany, but they touched on it. It was pretty good. Well, the leader is in this movie. Obviously, in the first Incredible Hulk, we saw him getting the gamma ray, like, dripping into his brain, and you can see his head starting to bubble. Well, Ross arrested him, realized the gamma ray was making him even more of a genius, and a genius with probabilities. So dangerously and recklessly, he increased the gamma ray into this guy's brain, and it deformed him pretty good. The leader looked great in this. He didn't look like the comic book where he had this big cauliflower head. He did have a deformity on his head. It was kind of cauliflowerish, but it wasn't like a damn a cabbage exploding out of his head. It was done subtle, but obviously you'll get the point when you see him. Well, he's like a master of probability, and the way he sets things up according to his probabilities is wonderful in this movie, and the way they explain it is wonderful. Obviously, in every comic book movie, you have to suspend your belief to a certain extent. The action was good. It was in appropriate places. The detective work was great. One thing, when I saw the trailer, I wasn't sold on. I didn't like the way the Red Hawk looked in the trailer. The Red Hawk looked weird in the trailer. Obviously, in the MCU, they make the Hawk look like the person turned into the Hawk, which I think is a nice touch. In the first Incredible Hulk, they did it. And they just made a design for the Hulk, and I forgot the guy who played Edward Norton. They didn't look anything like each other. But when Edward Norton was replaced and they was moving the Hulk further into the MCU, I guess the Russo brothers said it might make more sense to have the Hulk look something like Mark Ruffalo. And it does work in this movie. He looks great in this movie. I was also concerned that, I remember saying, there's no way Captain America can beat the Hulk. I don't even really care if it's Steve Rogers, someone with super soldier serum. The Hulk is OP. He is way too powerful. He didn't beat the Hulk in this movie. He didn't. So that's a good thing. This Hulk is visceral, like how I loved the Hulk before Endgame. Oh, he was so terrible in Endgame. He was like the Hulk in Age of Ultron. Yes. Anyway, I digress. The leader, okay, Ross went to the leader, I guess, as he figured out how smart he was and the gamma ray was making him smarter. He had some type of disease, I think kind of some type of heart thing. He was dying. The leader figured out how to cure him, but it would take him taking these pills for the rest of his life. Well, he promised the leader in return that he would set him free if he becomes the president. He becomes the president, he kept him in prison. Obviously, they played big into how Ross is a dirtbag, he'll never change his ways, and he was obviously trying to change in the movie, but he still had that in his past, and he just did not want that out there, and he didn't want to lose the pills. So the leader, at some point, starts giving this guy gamma radiated filled pills, has him taking them 3 times a day. He is orchestrating a plan to destroy his reputation. His reputation had been destroyed pretty much before, but he somehow got the public to trust him. Now the leader wants to show that he's still the same man. It's kind of like the Joker from The Dark Knight. When the chips are down, these civilized people will eat each other. Kind of like that. This movie was not anywhere near as good as The Dark Knight, but it was thinking and towards that way that you write a script that has some intelligence to it. It's grounded, and that's what I love about Marvel and DC. I know DC get panned, but I was a huge fan of the DCEU. Yes, I just love the groundedness of it. I love the detective work. It was so good. I'm shocked. I am going to see it again. I am going to buy it when it comes out, and I'm going to watch it at home too. It was just a great movie. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and go see it. But I didn't intend this to be a long video and me ranting for a long time. I just had to come back and let you guys know that, wow, Marvel actually made a movie that is worth going to the movie to see. Now I see why the first weekend of this movie was so good, because it's a really good movie. It's way above average. I'm not. It's way above. It's great to me. I know it's not going to be great to a lot of people. Maybe it will be great to a lot of people. I don't know. I loved it though. But anyway, I just wanted to come and say that. As always, the pleasure is all mine. The review is all yours. I love you guys. Peace.